Once again, I can't thank you enough for supporting this channel's comeback and helping me celebrate 15 years. What I can do, though, is make fun of music for half an hour for your amusement. So, let's go. 2024 saw a continuation of the trends we witnessed in 2023, including the countryfication of the charts. Really, country has been so dominant on Billboard this year, you have to call it sir while it steps on your balls. In fact, good old down-home rural music was so popular, I heard people say that even newcomers like Chappell Roan were serving country. Oh wait, I'm told I misheard. Anyway, in honor of this being my 15th worst songs video, and pop music seemingly getting back to basics, that's code for being boring. Seriously, what a fucking dull year. I thought this year I'd simplify things too. No awards this year, but feel free to use the comments section to say what prizes you would give some of these songs, as I present to you my list of the 10 worst songs of 2024. Number 10 is Nicki Minaj, Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, but you still a small fry. Swearing on your dead mother when you lie.
December 15th, 2010, I kicked off my very first worst songs list by telling you about a diss track by Lil' Kim, a dinosaur of hip-hop by that time, who rapped about a young up-and-coming female MC who would very quickly dethrone her as the queen of hip-hop. A woman named Nicki Minaj. Lil' Kim came out of that feud looking like a jealous old hag. Nearly a decade and a half later, surely Nicki Minaj would never make that mistake herself, right? Bigfoot is a diss track about Megan Thee Stallion, referencing both the fact that Megan is taller than average, Nicki is 5'3" while Megan is about 5'10", and the fact that Megan was shot at by rapper Tory Lanez, resulting in something hitting her foot. Bullet fragments or pavement, I don't know, but it required surgery, and Tory went to jail for 10 years on various gun charges. Ha ha ha! Nicki's siding with the man who committed domestic gun violence. Hilarious. And that's not the worst part.
This little begging whore, talking about Megan's law. For a free beat, you get hit Megan raw.
She basically calls Megan a slut who will fuck you if you just give her a song. I guess maybe she slept with a producer or two. Like every female rapper, including Nicki, doesn't rap about being highly promiscuous. But what's this Megan's Law part? Well, in Megan's diss track against Nicki, a song called Hiss, she says the line, these hoes don't be mad at Megan, these hoes mad at Megan's Law, which is a law that requires police to make information about sex offenders public. Because Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, is a registered sex offender. And you'll also remember from one of my previous Worst Songs videos, she did a song with 6ix9ine, who is now serving jail time for things he did to a 13-year-old. Oh, and her brother is in jail for raping an 11-year-old. This lyric basically says, yeah, I spend a lot of time with kid touchers and my husband is a convicted rapist, but you have sex in return for someone giving you music. One is way worse than the other. What are you doing, Nicki?
Is it my fault I got good vagina? Why the fuck is you humping on a minor?
All right, let's get a good look at that virginer. And she then accuses Megan of doing something with a minor, which there's no credible accusations of, but there is a story that Nicki once gave a 13-year-old boy a lap dance during a performance. Literally humped on a minor. Jesus Christ, Nicki. They say people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Meanwhile, you're out here chucking fucking boulders. Congrats on becoming the new Lil' Kim, Nicki. You're everything you hated 14 years ago. Number 9 is Chappell Roan, Hot to Go.
H-O-T-T-O-G-O, snapping, clapping, touch toes, raise your hands, now body roll, dance it out, you're hot to go.
I'm going to admit that I might be a little unfair here. The first time I ever heard the name Chappell Roan, I overheard a conversation between two people talking about how, what a breath of fresh air Chappell Roan is. She's got like such a unique voice. She's not like these other shitty pop stars. So I went and looked her up, came across this song, and thought, what the fuck was that person talking about? This shit is more generic than white label wax beans, but seems different because Chappell looks different. Listen, Chapel Roan is cheerleader music for spooky girls. A spooky girl is not a goth, definitely not a goth. They're not committed enough for that. But they absolutely own a tarot deck. They'll tell you Halloween is their favorite holiday. They got like 3 tattoos of bats on their arms somewhere. They call their cat their familiar. They may or may not have done a TikTok or the Wednesday dance. And they also love PSL season. That's who Chapel's music is for. Oh, good. 2024's brought back spelling the hook. Thought we left that shit buried in the 2000s with Webby and Gwen Stefani. Which at least she'd be taking from an era she lived through, unlike this 80s synth beat that was popular nearly 20 years before she was born. I'm not sure who would ever be addicted to this girl. Be like getting addicted to cornflakes. You said you wanted non-fiction, and then you said you wanted someone to call you hot? Well, which one do you want? Anyway, this song probably doesn't deserve to be the 9th worst song of the year. It's not uniquely bad. In fact, it's not uniquely anything. And sure, way worse songs have occupied the 9 slot in previous years. Sia's alive. But don't blame me. Blame whoever I overheard at the comic shop who tried to make this wet saltine sound like Wagyu steak. Number 8 is Shabuzi, a bar song, brackets, tipsy.
Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jay Dale's got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy.
I know we've talked about this before, but rap and country should never be considered 2 ends of some sort of musical spectrum. If anything, it's a horseshoe. Both are incredibly trope-filled genres about 3 things: drinking, fucking, and bragging about your vehicle. The only thing that changes is what they prefer to drink, fuck, and drive. And so, Shabuzi proved this by taking a rap song and turning it into a country song. Taking Jaquan's 20-year-old club staple, Tipsy, changed whore to baby, referenced Jack Daniels, and said everybody at the bar getting tipsy instead of bitch or club, if you're familiar with the clean version. And it's still a stupid song. I could tell you right now, if I was making these lists in 2004, Jaquan would have been up there. Oh, is everyone at the bar getting tipsy? Wow! I can't believe that everyone in an establishment just so happens to be participating in the purpose of said establishment. It'd be like making a song about how everyone at the buffet is getting full.
My baby born a Birkin. She's been telling me all night long. Gasoline and groceries. The list goes on and on. It's 9 to 5 ain't working. Why the hell do I work so hard? I can't worry about my problems. I can't take them when I'm gone.
Shabuzi countries it up by making it about the working man, heading to the bar to forget his troubles. Can't afford gas and groceries. The economy, am I right? His girl wants a pubic wig for some reason. Oh, a Birkin. Never mind. Anyway, he just slightly changes the meaning of the original song, which was about Jaquan enjoying a night of underage drinking with a fake ID. Anyway, this has novelty song written all over it. It doesn't help that he calls himself Shabuzi, and his first hit is a song about drinking. It's like Hot Butter's song Popcorn being their career-defining moment. And the most unfortunate part about this being his first big hit is, he has to apparently pay most of it back to Jaquan. Guess your girl's gonna have to wait a little longer for that Birkin. But hey, it's not necessarily a bad thing to have a gimmick. Maybe this can be yours, interpolating 2000s era rap into 2020s country. Here, let me help you get started on the next one. Well, she licked me like a lollipop. Yeah, I said she licked me like a lollipop. I'll let you figure out the rest, Shabuzi. And good luck escaping novelty act status. If Lil Nas X, the Chainsmokers, and Doja Cat could do it, by gum, you can too, dagnabbit. Number 7 is Hozier, Too Sweet. Speaking of people escaping one-hit wonder status, Hozier came out of fucking nowhere this year to take the number 1 spot on Billboard in what must have been a slow week. 11 years after his first hit, Take Me to Church reached number 2 on the Hot 100. This isn't a record. Paul McCartney had a 29-year gap between top 10 hits, but it's still pretty unheard of. Usually, if you can't follow up a hit in the US within a few months to a year, you're probably done, no matter how much help you get from Taylor Swift. Right, Gail? Anyway, maybe it helps that Hozier's still big in Ireland, where he's charted once or twice a year, nearly every year, for the last decade. So, what is this masterpiece that got him back to the top of the charts in America?
It can't be said I'm an early bird. It's 10 o'clock before I say a word. Baby, I can never tell. How do you sleep so well? You keep telling me to live right, to go to bed before the daylight.
It's a song about how him and his baby are just too different. He likes to go to bed late and get up late, but ready for this? She likes to go to bed early and get up early. Oh man, call them Oscar and Felix, because it's the fucking odd couple right here. For a guy who grew up in Ireland, he sure has a pretty distorted idea of what conflict is. Anyway, before I get in troubles for that joke, I'll tell you why I think this song is so dumb. Oh, he's such a rebel. He drinks whiskey without ice. Whoa, we got a badass over here. Drinks coffee without cream. Whoa, Jesus, slow down now. And he takes his bed at 3. What is he, a fucking aristocrat? I think I'll take my bed now, Jeeves. And she, whoever this girl is too sweet for him. Is he dating a fucking nun? It's even harder to take this seriously when it's a dude singing in this, I don't know, not quite falsetto, but not exactly the manliest sounding voice of all time. All while a fucking glockenspiel plays in the background. Hard to suspend disbelief that this guy's some sort of hard man that needs a woman with a bit more edge. I feel like the opposite would be if Lemmy had done a speed metal song about how, I want to make sweet, passionate, non-violent love to you. Although this lyric kind of made me laugh.
You treat your mouth as if it's heaven's gate. The rest of you like you're the TSA.
What does that mean? She won't suck your dick unless St. Peter waves you through? And you have to take your shoes off, empty your pockets, and walk through a metal detector before she'll let you fuck her? I don't know, but anyway, really repetitive and annoying song. The hook repeats 5 times. Easily 2 times too many. Hey, Hozier, feel free to take another 11 years before you grace us with your presence here again, okay? Thanks. Number 6 is JoJo Siwa, Karma.
She is a good girl. I think she's boring. Believe me, 20 minutes later you'll be snoring. But it still kills me that you hooked up with her, and now the universe is giving me what I deserve.
Also, maybe this song is about the same girl from the Hozier song. JoJo sings about how some guy she used to bone that maybe she cheated on is now dating a boring good girl. And somehow that's karma for him?
Karma's a bitch, and she's with you right now.
Or maybe when she says karma's a bitch and she's with you right now, she's referring to herself? I don't know, and I don't really want to know, to be honest, because that might mean spending more time with this abomination. JoJo Siwa is an assault on pretty much all of your senses. Like, hearing her songs somehow even leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and I feel like I can smell it. Her dance moves look like some sort of effect they put in Japanese horror movies when something crawls out of the walls or a TV or whatever. Her voice is really grating. And they've managed to make it worse by including this siren effect.
Karma's a bitch. I should've known better. If I had a wish, I would've never left around.
It's almost definitely the Ironside sample. You might know it best as the Kill Bill intro effect whenever an assassin appeared, but here, it's just another high-pitched noise we didn't need. JoJo Siwa said she did this song to try and get away from the label of being a child performer, along with her stupid kiss makeup and constantly dry humping the stage or grabbing her crotch. Might just need an anti-itch cream. But then, she's too scared to say fucked, opting for effed instead.
If I had a wish, I would've never left around.
There's a whole bunch of lore about this song. It was originally written for Miley Cyrus in the early 2010s, around the same time that she was trying to buck her Hannah Montana reputation. But Disney wouldn't let her release it. So it was given to some girl named Britt Smith, whose label also shelved it, saying, we want your debut single to be a different song. Britt quit the music industry in 2013 after not managing to get anywhere, and when JoJo Siwa's version went viral this year for being, quote, the most disliked video on YouTube of 2024 with over 3 million dislikes, Britt released the version that she had made in 2012, and everyone was like, oh, that's how it's supposed to sound? Oh, that's much better. And Britt Smith's version ended up peaking at number 8 on the iTunes chart, compared to Siwa's, which hit number 89. The song has relaunched Britt's career and effectively tanked JoJo Siwa's, proving that indeed, karma is a bitch. Number 5 is Dylan Mulvaney, Days of Girlhood.
These are the days, these are the days, these are the days of girlhood. These are the days, these are the days, these are the days of girlhood. Every day, every night, rise or shine, they're all mine.
Oh boy. You know, the world needs to come together on something right now, so both sides can hate me for this one. A certain group of you can be mad at me because I'm going to call Dylan she, and the other group can be mad that I'm bullying a trans woman. But this song is fucking terrible. From a technical perspective, it's perhaps the worst song of the 21st century so far. But I didn't make it number 1 on this year's list for one reason and one reason only. Because I never put Rebecca Black's Friday on one of these lists. I used to have a rule that I didn't put amateurs on it at all, only professional singers, usually ones who have been signed to a label. But Dylan isn't an amateur. She's a stage performer, presumably one who has been paid. But she can't fucking sing. Not pop songs. And I blame Olivia Rodrigo for giving theater kids the confidence that they too can become pop singers. You can't. Your shitty theater kid community playhouse or off-Broadway singing isn't actually good enough, and no amount of processing can help. I've heard better karaoke from Helen Keller. And lyrically,
Mom brought me into the world, sister taught me how to girl, best friend coached me how to text the boy toy that I'm dating next.
taught me how to girl. Girl is not a verb. Nor is it some sort of specific set of rules, like all girls act a certain way. And that's the biggest problem with this song, and one of the criticisms that I've heard even from trans people. It's all stereotypes, some of them very outdated. She breaks down a typical week, going shopping, doing a walk of shame, flirting for drinks, and listening to the Twilight soundtrack in the bath? What fucking year is this? The last sparkly vampire versus statutory werewolf movie came out 12 years ago.
The patriarchy's over, you can hold our beer.
Obviously, this is supposed to be a clever shot at the Bud Light campaign, but didn't they just hire a dude to take over the ads? Not just a dude, but Shane Gillis, the most dude bro of dude bros. I think the patriarchy might still be very alive. Anyway, I told you she performs off-Broadway, and after hearing this, I wish she performed off-internet too. Number 4 is Tommy Richman, $1 Million Baby. Move over over, Jack Harlow. One side, Young Gravy. Get the fuck out of the way, BB No Money. There's a new mediocre white boy in the hood. Tommy Richmond, which is apparently his real name. Sounds like a name of an evil billionaire in an asylum film. Anyway, Tommy's song hit it big on TikTok, where good taste goes to die. Like, tell me something. Is there something wrong with my headphones? Or is the production on this song horrendous? It just sounds so muddy and lo-fi, which I know people do intentionally now because they think that's cool. Man, what if we tried really hard to make it sound like we didn't try? But it just means you can't understand half of it, and it's got this kind of distorted sound in the beat that, again, makes it sound like maybe there's something wrong with your headphones. And this is just a matter of taste, but this fakey 80s R&B singer voice is really irritating. Like hearing a dentist drill at your colonoscopy. The song is honest, at least. He says he's never repped a set. He's never been in a gang. Is there a big market for this outside of, like, Christian rap? Oh boy, gee, I wish I could hear some hip-hop about a guy who doesn't do anything bad. Well, it's a good thing he's not a hip-hop artist. This was a little controversy he went through where he tweeted, "I'm not a hip-hop artist," then got called out by a radio host named DJ Head, who said, "Fasho," I don't know what that means. So every station playing MDB or Dial should stop today. Thanks for the heads up, which caused Tommy to backtrack and go, well, what I meant is that I'm not only a hip-hop artist. And basically, a bunch of people suggested that he's a culture vulture for using hip-hop and R&B to get popular, in the same way that a lot of rap fans have no respect for Post Malone. My favorite tweet was from someone who said, "It's okay, fam. People will forget all about you in a year." I heard someone complain once that this is too short, that they're tired of these half-baked songs with only one verse and two choruses. That's the only good part of it, that when it starts, you only have to endure it for 2.5 minutes. You know, the last guy who got famous off something called $1 Million Baby had his career end in disgrace and had to pay $10 million in a civil rape trial, so not a good omen. Also, doesn't $1 Million Baby break her neck on a stool? Anyway, don't worry about people adding you, Tommy. Only 26 people did when you announced your tour. If you want to be left alone, I think you'll be getting your wish sooner than later. Number 3 is Marshmello and Kane Brown. Miles on It.
Put some miles on it. Back of the Chevy with the engine running. Just you and me in a truck bed wide like a California king. We could break it in if you know what I mean.
Oh, good. EDM country is here. If you didn't like the new faces of country being tattooed, what if instead they wore dumb helmets? The it that Kane would like to put some miles on appears to be a young woman's pussy, which he'd like to break in. Absolute charmer. The second funniest part of this song is that there's a YouTube channel called There I Ruined It. If you've never seen it, they make AI parodies of songs. I know, AI. But anyway, one of the videos is called What Bro Country Sounds Like to People Who Don't Like Bro Country. And it's got lyrics like, got a beer in my beer and a Chevy in my truck, got a dog at the wheel, cut off jeans, truck. This is basically that song, but they're trying to be serious. And it has 8 fucking writers. It took 8 people to write a sub-3 minute, 2-verse song featuring the most cookie-cutter bullshit of all time. Like this.
All night, no breaks, I'll tell, no gate. Ain't gotta try too hard, my baby's pushed to start.
Yeah, someone certainly didn't try too hard making this fucking song. Anyway, the funniest part of the song is this line.
I said, hey baby, slow it down, let's make it last. You said, where's the fun in that?
So you suggested that maybe you should slow down because you're gonna come too fast. And she was like, nah, just hurry up and get it over with. Not a lot of songs about girls wanting guys to just jizz already, but finally, Kane Brown has made a bro country anthem for all the premature ejaculators out there. I knew those pavement princesses were compensating for something. Number 2 is Camila Cabello, I Love It. This song has over 120 million plays on Spotify. This does. Guys, girls, listen. There are local, state, and national self-harm hotlines you can call or text. Help is out there. You don't have to do this to yourself. God damn. No, but really, between the singing and the production, this song feels like sticking a bee in your ear. And I actually spared you the full hook. That loops again. It's just that for 12 seconds, feels like 12 minutes, and then, because it wasn't annoying enough, it goes into this part. That, of course, is the sample from a Gucci Mane song in 2009. Remember when this was popular? To just have some aggravating, high-pitched voice in your song, like Jay-Z's Hard Knock Life? Like if you use this song in an interrogation room to get someone to confess, under human rights laws in most civilized countries, that confession would be inadmissible as evidence. The verses are just nonsense, 12 total lines of nothing, and then just when you think this whole song can't get any more incomprehensible, in comes Playboy Cardi. What the fuck was that? No, actually, there are lyrics on Genius written for this, but I think someone just made them up. No fucking way those were words. It sounded like when Jar Jar got his face shocked by the pod racer beam. Anyway, Camila, this is honestly torture to listen to. It's pretty crazy to think that just 8 years ago, you were in fifth harmony, and now you have no harmony. And now, the worst song of 2024, Ice Spice, Think You the Shit, brackets, fart.
Think you the shit, bitch? You not even the fart.
Well, I don't know why I waited all year to make this video. The worst song of the year was wrapped up 26 days into 2024. Before we get to the obvious reason that this is number 1, let's start with the rest of the song. Like a number of the tracks on this list, this one also had production that can only be described as molar achingly annoying. I really don't know why this is a trend. Producers, is it that all the good combinations of sound have been used and you're afraid to get sued, so now you just have to use shitty ones? And lyrically, you must have bought this song from the arts and crafts aisle at Walmart, because it's a paint by fucking numbers kit.
I be going hard. I'm breaking their hearts. Like, bitches be quick, but I'm quicker. Bitches be thick, but I'm thicker. She could be rich, but I'm richer. Damn. Taking her man. Don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you're rich, you're taking some girl's man, you don't care, you got a bigger ass. Although not lately. A recent picture shows she's lost some weight, and she's not really doing her big orange perm anymore, so her gimmick of the hot clown woman with the ass seems to be gone. You'd be forgiven for thinking, oh, what do you mean this isn't a Doja Cat or a Latto song? But what really separates this from the pack? What might be the single worst lyric recorded professionally in the last few years.
Think you the shit, bitch? You not even the fart.
I know, she thinks it's clever, which makes it even worse. I get it. Being the shit is good. I'm hip. I'm with it. But once you start talking about farts, now you're making it literal, comparing people to things that come out of people's assholes. You're taking the shit from being something abstract, just some slang, to making it literal solid turds. And fart. Like, who calls someone a fart? It's just so fucking juvenile, like something a 5-year-old would say. They'd go, you're a farthead. It's not something an adult calls another adult. Which, by the way, apparently, Ice Spice was directing this at Latto, because, and maybe this is the stupidest fucking beef I've ever heard, Latto released a video on Twitter, and an Ice Spice video could be kinda seen on the screen in the background. And this upset Miss Spice? God damn, these rappers are getting soft. You like fart jokes, girl? Because this is not a rap beef. It's a rap queef.
Think you the shit, bitch? You not even the fault.
No, my thoughts on this song are the exact opposite. I don't think it's the equivalent of some noxious gas being expelled through the intestine and out the anus. No, I think it's the absolute drizzling shits. This song is unstoppable diarrhea that's so bad you need to go to the hospital for a saline IV to rehydrate afterward. And if you think that's a compliment, you're very fucking welcome. And that wraps up my 15th list of the 10 worst songs of the year. Honorable mentions, as always, go to Sabrina Carpenter, Please, Please, Please.
I heard that you're an actor, so act like a stand-up guy. Whatever devil's inside you, don't let him out tonight. I tell them it's just your culture.
I played this part specifically because it demonstrates more breathy theater kid sing-talking that makes my nuts try and climb into my stomach. Another pop song where the girl is like, "Oh, I know I'm dating a bad guy who's just gonna break my heart, but I just can't help it." Perhaps an analog for the relationship your fans have with you. Paying $500 to sit in the nosebleeds to listen to a person that doesn't give a fuck about them. You learned from the best. Kesha, Joyride. Kesha, I'm just so glad you're no longer under the thumb of the labels who forced you to do all those dumb songs back in the day. And now, you can make the intelligent, well-crafted, and well-produced music you've always wanted to make. Like borderline hyperpop songs referencing a 20-year-old movie. Hey, if you're happy, I'm happy. I mean, I'm not happy I had to listen to that, but welcome back. Katy Perry, Woman's World. I did a musical autopsy about this song that you're more than welcome to go check out, but basically, Katy Perry spends about 3 minutes setting both her own career and the feminist movement back about 12 years. Actually, she wishes she could set her career back 12 years, back to when she had a career. And Drake, Tailor-Made Freestyle. Why don't I have a clip of this? Because Drake used an AI voice generator to have Tupac feature on the song without permission from Tupac's family, and they threatened to sue him, so he took it down pretty much immediately. What a gangsta Drake is. Oh, wouldn't want to get in trouble. And similar to Nicki's diss track from the beginning of this video, Drake also references his own proclivity toward young girls for some reason. Jesus Christ, maybe you and your old Young Money pal can get 2 others, start a barbershop quartet. You know, since you like grooming so much. Oh, I was seconds away from not making a Drake pedo joke this year. Alright, Ice Spice. Let's hear more about emissions and excretions again.
Think you the shit, bitch? You not even the fault. I be going hard. I'm breaking their hearts. Like, bitches be quick, but I'm quicker.
And with that, year 16 of this channel officially begins. Thank you so much to the people on this screen who have been supporting The Habit at patreon.com/doseofbuckley since I started it. And really to everyone, subscribed or otherwise. Whether you've been a viewer for a day, a week, a month, or even a year, I'll be there for you in 2025. Ah shit, I just quoted the Friends song, didn't I? Worst songs of 1995, anyone?